Hi, this is my yellow-naped Amazon, Lorenzo, who glided down to the floor, which is kind of a rare thing for her. And she is the topic of this video, so can I see your foot? What do you do when your parrot has a raw foot? Do you see that right there? She's got it on both sides. In this video, we're going to talk about the problem, possible causes, some possible solutions, and then at the very end, I'm going to tell you what my favorite thing is about Lorenzo, who we also call the Demogorgon. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is Lorenzo, and I am Kaylin, the author of the Parrot Bliss Bond. Lorenzo spends most of her day here on the outer kitchen counter on a perch with water and food close by. Right, Lorenzo? And she seemed fine. When I adopted Lorenzo, she was already an adult and had the signs of fatty liver disease. So I corrected her diet and kind of got through that, but it left her in a position that was behind the feather. Oh wait, that's where the camera is. Come here, Lorenzo. It did leave her with the inability to fly. So that means that when Lorenzo's out here on her perch, where she has access to food and water, she is fine, but I had noticed that she was spending a lot of time in her play box, and she was also spending a lot of time on the rope perches there, and I had moved them. Now, the thing is, it's very likely that wherever Lorenzo had been, I'm trying to see if we can look at her feet again, because we saw the first foot. Do you see that? Because she really has calluses on both feet. Let's see if we can get her there. Now, she had that, and the vet had said, and this was some time ago when I initially got her, the vet had said to give her a rope perch or something like that. And I did, and it was better, but now, I don't know, it's getting calloused again. Sometimes she goes on top of the cages, and that cage has rope so that it's easier on my bird's feet because the metal can get hard on them. So that's the start of the Lorenzo story. So the real problem is that with parrots, if something's rubbing on their foot and they get a callus, you and I, our skin will regrow and heal. With them, it's not like it stays open and raw, but it doesn't regrow. It sort of heals, but doesn't regrow. So if another parrot bites off their toe and like bites bad enough, their toe can fall off, and then the end of the toe will close itself off, but the toe doesn't regrow. Or if they just get a piece of toe bitten off, it would, in theory, kind of leave a hole because it doesn't regrow. Like the end will heal, but it won't replace. So that's the problem. Now, possible causes are the most likely a metal or cement perch. Right, Lorenzo? Actually, if you watch Lorenzo carefully, you'll notice that right now she's perching the way a normal bird would, and it's because she's looking over there to see what's going on. But most of the time she kind of hunkers down, and I think it's because she's taking the weight off of her feet to relieve the pain. The causes, like I was saying, the metal's going to rub on their feet in the same place. Unfortunately, the way a parrot grabs a perch, it's like they're always grabbing at the same place. Of course, metal is not going to be soft, and it's going to rub on them. And I hate to see the cement perches that are meant to help grind down their nails. However, they grab the perch and their nails aren't touching the perch. Like if your parrot's nails are long, learn to clip them or take them somewhere to safely be clipped But don't give them a cement perch, because what's constantly in contact with that cement is the palm of their foot, if there's palms to feet. And it just gets rubbed down. The nails might come in contact with it, and it might rub their nails down some. But if it's able to rub down a hard nail, just imagine what it's doing to their skin. Huh, sweetie? And so Lorenzo's having problems with that, and I'm having to deal with that and try to figure out what to do. Now, one of my solutions is to give her some CBD oil, and so I'm giving her a little bit, just a few drops on her breakfast to help her with the pain, because I think it's pretty painful for her. And she's still perching well, so she's kind of misleading you for two reasons. No, Paloma. I'm sorry, sweetie. There you go. Don't do that. I was about to tell you, the first reason she's misleading you is because she's making you think that it's okay to have an Amazon on your shoulder where they could really bite your face. But she doesn't do that to me. So that was the first way I was going to say she's misleading you. The second way is that she isn't as hunkered down, although she, it's kind of hard to tell. She usually squats down a little bit more. So, like I was saying, I'm giving her some CBD. Hold on one sec. Somebody's eating my computer. I'm giving her some CBD with the pain. None of her perches are metal or cement. I have no cement perches in my house. Now it's getting loud. One of my other Amazons is talking. I think you can still hear me. She only has wood perches, and she used to have rope perches, but then the cages got changed around. So my solution is going to be, I'm going to try to make sure she has her box, because she likes going in her box, and it's a flat surface, so then it won't be rubbing on her callus. I'm also going to work on giving her either some PVC with vet tape around it, because that's softer, or I'm going to, I moved the perch over so that the rope coil perch is by her again, and that way she could choose to go on that perch. And I will put some more rope in her night cage, so that when she's in her cage at night, that also gives her the option for either some softwood or some rope. Why are you all worked up? Why are you all worked up? Huh? Why are you all worked up? Why? Now, if you want to try CBD, if you think your parrot is having any stress, including the stress of some pain, we have Tink's must-have Parrot Relief, which is CBD in hemp oil. For a parrot like Lorenzo, it is perfect, because I'm like, is it too loud or am I okay? It's perfect because the hemp oil has the proper balance of omegas, which is really good for a bird like her. My vet thought she was on the brink of death because she had been fed. All right, I'm sure you can hear me now, and I know I'm a season early. So, although, there is a Halloween day. Oh, I'm sorry. Either I scared you or I threw you off balance. My vet had thought Lorenzo was on the brink of death because she couldn't technically say that Lorenzo had fatty liver disease. You need a liver biopsy for that. But basically, the signs were there, and Lorenzo was in some serious trouble. Okay, now she's doing it more. See how she's really stooped down? So she's shifting the weight so that it's not hitting the callus. And that's how she usually is. Now, so I've told you, hopefully you could hear us okay. I've told you that the cement perches are some of the worst, that wood perches should be safe, but basically, if a parrot has the damage, once it's there, the damage is done, and that's just sensitive. Can we show them again? Can we show them? Can we show them? Let's see. Let me see. Now, one of my favorite things. Okay, you can see that little black spot there, and you can see that pink spot there. So it's kind of raw, and I would try to get you a better picture, but I don't want to aggravate her too much more. So, you know, I just don't understand the cement perches because I'm sure it doesn't really grind the nails down, but it really does a job on their skin. So make sure that you have wood perches or rope. If you have rope, when it frays, that cotton starts to fray. You unfortunately have to get rid of it, waste it really, and get a new one. Because if your parrot is biting that rope, which they like to do, and that's a part of the idea, it can break down and they can end up ingesting it. I know you don't think your parrot eats the rope. I don't think mine do either. But I watch them biting on it, and it's like, you know, they're pretty good about not eating things that they're really not supposed to eat. But you just know some little pieces of cotton fiber are on their tongue or in their mouth, and they're getting swallowed. So when I changed Lorenzo's perches before to rope, that really seemed to improve things. It's not like her posture really improved, because one of the problems that she has is that her bones are kind of weak, and that's from having had that seed-based diet. I would hope that having a healthier diet now, she doesn't get any seeds anymore. I would hope that her bones are getting stronger, but I just don't know that. We really have to go in for another x-ray in order to find out. And although I don't know Lorenza's age, because I adopted her as an adult with absolutely no history, not her name, not her age, like nothing. Because of that, I don't have any real way of knowing. We really think that she's probably in her like 30s, maybe 40s. Come here, come here. You want to go there? There you go. Because she's just not a spring chicken. She kind of acts like an old lady because she's pretty mellow. She's talking to you about as much as she will talk. Like I'm very fortunate. She's not a screamer. And so she's sort of really easy on me, because the most she does is this or hi, and that can get a little monotonous, but otherwise, you saw even when Paloma, my Cape Parrot, came on my other shoulder and Lorenza attacked me, you could see she did absolutely nothing. So the good news is, most of the time, when she's threatened or she's unhappy because her mate is whatever, having another friend, she kind of like does a threatening bite without cutting. She can cut, she has cut, she's given me a couple nasty cuts. And one thing parrots do is they just bite at the first thing that they find, the first person. They don't care if it's who they're really mad at or not, because I think that they're just telling, like she's telling me or Paloma, I bite. And you guys have to behave, and you're not doing what I want, and the consequence is I'm going to hurt someone. So my favorite thing about Lorenzo is she's so bonded to me, which is good and bad, because she doesn't have her parrotness, but she was like that when I got her. So she's so bonded to me that I really just intrinsically trust her. I try not to let, other things happen, like Paloma flying onto my shoulder. But you can tell she really trusts me too. Like, our bond is really, really cool. And when she's with me, or like if I take a nap or I cuddle with her at night, cuddling with her is so awesome because she's so blissful. Look at her. She's like, no, I don't want to get off. I think she just wants to cuddle. It's so blissful, and she looks so happy, and she'll just like fluff out her feathers, and she gets a face I call Chum Chum, and we'll see if she'll get it now. Right now she's looking, what you doing? At first she was looking for a place to preen me. No? No? You don't like being on camera? Or what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? But we just both trust each other. Usually when she's falling, like if she's on my shoulder and she starts to fall, she will try to grab on with her beak, but if she's holding on too tight, she'll let go. She will fall instead of biting down and hurting me. She'll bite me when she's threatened, but not if she's falling. So the bond we have is just really cool. She chose me, which is a part of why we have that bond. And it's just like one of the neatest things I think I've experienced outside of having a child and having my husband. Like outside of the super close bonds I have with like maybe my parents, my husband, my children, the bond I have with her is just super special. Huh, Lorenzo? And she just really trusts me. So the vet said, you know, her bones probably hurt and she's frail, she can't fly. So she's really a handicapped bird from those perspectives, but she doesn't exactly act like it. I mean, she kind of does, because she's not active. She's not like going all over the place. I mean, you can see that. But she just really finds her joy in our bond, and that's my favorite thing about her. It's like nothing in her life has stopped her. Not being sick, not what I'm guessing is losing the previous person she was bonded with. She just finds her bliss, and I think that's just incredible. Huh, sweetie? Yes. So I absolutely love that. I absolutely love how much she trusts me. It's like I could do anything, huh? And you just can't do this with any parrot. You really have to have built up a mutual bond and mutual trust in order to hold your parrot anywhere near your face. It's not something you necessarily want to do because, like you saw with Paloma, even if you trust your parrot and there's a surprise, there could be a problem. But that's my favorite thing about her. She's just like my best feathered friend. And so that's what I'm going to do for my best feathered friend's feet, because it's so important to me that she be as comfortable as she can be, that if her feet can recover, if her bones can recover, so that, you know, that's part of it too, right? Her posture's a little off, which means there's pressure on her feet. So anything that I can do, I really do try to do to help her out. So some CBD, some better perches, and the real option to have different, like a flat space, a softer space, you know, the option to either give her feet a change or relieve some of that pain. Thank you for joining me in this blissful video with my Demogorgon, as we call her, because when she bites, it's serious. So we call her the Demogorgon. And that's a reference to Stranger Things on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, it's a fun series. Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions about parrots, please be sure to comment below, and we'll catch you next time.